Hey, this is Russ Payton with Role Playing Book Radio. We have another classic episode of RPPR After Hours for you. This is our 7th episode. We are reviewing a Judges Guild journal, a D20 modern supplement about Kazakhstan, and remember, Arkham Knight. This episode was recorded shortly after it came out. We talk about how terrible the Batmobile is in it. This was a lot of fun as an episode to record, and I cleaned up the audio quality a bit too for this new posting of it. In RPPR news, the price of the RPPR Patreon is going up from $2 to $3 a month on October 10th. However, all current patrons will have their price grandfathered in. So if you back before October 10th, you can lock in the $2 tier as long as you hold it. All of their tiers are not going to be changed at this time. So if you want to support RPPR, join now to get that price locked in. You can back with an annual pledge and get a free month off the base price. So it's a really good deal. You get bonus podcasts every month, after hours. You get access to all the after hours episodes, all of RPPR Illustrated, access to our Discord, which has a great community. And of course, you're helping support RPPR. It's a really good deal. I'm currently working on a new scenario for the Patreon, a body horror scenario called Alienation of the Flesh. Players wake up with strange surgical scars in a mysterious clinic, and they can hear screams coming down the corridor. It will be dual statted for Cthulhu Eternal, a percentile system, and Labyrinth Signal, my D20 action horror RPG, which you can get right now on the Patreon. I plan to release it sometime in October, along with an actual play episode. So look forward to that. I also have more panel recordings from Gen Con and an interview with the Mothership scenario writer who was nominated for an Innie this year. So there's a lot of great stuff coming up on the RPPR Patreon, so keep an eye out. And thank you again for supporting RPPR and for listening to this episode. So enjoy.
Hey, this is Russ Payton with Roleplay Public Radio. This is RPPR After Hours. This episode is called My Dinner with the Goddamn Batmobile because I have started...
Fuck the Batmobile.
Yeah, Arkham Knight. So we'll be talking about that, Arkham Knight, the new video game starring Batman, and now the Batmobile. Also, Atlas Shrugged Part 3, because even Randians deserve better propaganda than that. And
I bought a case of beer, I drank a case of beer, and it was not enough.
No, it was not. And in terms of reviews, we also have Judges Guild Journal number 18, byproduct of the late 70s, the golden era of gaming, as some grognards would have you believe. I mean, with art like this.
Well, it's about the same as the space station.
Yeah, same company.
I know it's the same company too.
Judges Guild.
Except we have
You saw a van with that art on the side. Someone inside was having a great time, or they were chained there.
Possibly
Really,
both.
Yeah, really just
I
no
saw
in
that.
between on that one.
I saw that art on the van once, and the guy had candy.
Yeah.
Then I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, it's rolling probable cause is what it is.
We also have D20 Kazakhstan from the Armageddon 2089, the supplement you never knew you needed for the RPG you never knew existed in the early D20 boom. This is even before D20 Modern. This is 2002, 2003, something like that. And it just makes every goddamn awful choice in terms of layout, writing, just everything. But anyways, we should get back in the era of when gaming was good and it was a hobby, and the golden era, the true golden era.
When Gygax roamed the earth.
When Gygax roamed the earth. And so this is obviously the magazine that they put out and has a little bit of everything in it. And they're talking about shit like, new Starfleet battles. And the new releases, including a handout for Superhero 2044. Which I don't think that supplement ever got released. So some things never change in game.
It did get released, I'm sure. Yeah. Somebody will find it.
Because the whole thing about Superhero 24 is the world's first superhero RPG, and it never had any supplements to it, and at least according to the internet.
Oh.
And it didn't have rules for creating superpowers either. So they did what
I kind of noticed just with the artwork on this one page, it says Jocular Judgments. I know that's supposed to be a gavel, but it just looks like it's ending in a toxic waste barrel.
Yeah, it's kind of barrelish. Yeah. But this is the editorial from Chuck and Shell, and it's kind of interesting. I read this. It's talking about conventions. They're gonna and like the importance of a convention between a local game store and a manufacturer is coming a great distance. So anyway, Chambana Khan had guests.
Chumbawamba Khan?
Yeah, including George Martin. I don't know if that's George R.R. Martin or just some other George Martin, and Phil Foglio, who are both, who is still around making webcomics now. But I like that they mentioned that the swim party was such a success and was so well handled that the hotel, the Ramada Inn, actually went to the con people and asked them if they would do it again on Saturday night with 2 exclamation points. A couple of good panels, some movies, swimming, the hospitality suite, filk singing, which is,
Filk?
Yeah. Have you guys, that's the term for creating folk songs about fandom. So like writing parody songs about like Doctor Who and bullshit like that.
Good example would be when Leonard Nimoy sang the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I can see
Hey, I want to know about this Ramada Inn. All right, last time I went to a hotel for a gaming convention, they exiled us to the parking lot and put fucking tape around us.
Well, things were different back in the 70s.
what was this one?
Yeah, this was Fear the Con last year.
The gamer exclusion zone.
Yeah. They ran out of space in their conference room, so they exiled us to the parking lot. They did set up tables and chairs.
Yes, inside the sawhorses, so as to designate the border, so the snipers knew where to shoot.
Yeah.
No wonder they needed the
But
Kickstarter.
here, I learned something new from reading this. In a small but extremely well-rounded huckster room. So what do you like? I had to look this online, and there is like a fandom dictionary that explained it. But what do you think a huckster room is?
Is that
Hey,
where
buddy,
people
wanna buy a
hawk
book?
their wares?
Yeah,
like the artist gallery.
Or you have like scummy political pundits
Yeah,
wandering through there.
At a sci-fi
a
con.
writer's alley. Where
It's
everyone's
what
like,
we would call the dealer's room.
I was
Ah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, buddy, want to buy a book?
Yeah, exactly.
The only difference
Let's
is
go to
that
Gen
they
Con
sell
this
them
year.
up.
I'll meet you in the huckster's room.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, that's
it's
what Jin tried to do. Just turn itself into a den of scum and villainy. Like, decorate like a Game of Thrones set. There's like dancing girls and boys and people playing strange instruments. Everything's dark and shady.
They're also, Judges Guild was also setting up a convention clearinghouse so that you could call or mail them and ask them where all the cons in the country were. And so like they're trying to coordinate that, but please only call after 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And
It occurs to me that making fun of this is just like making fun of the world without the internet.
yeah, exactly. Some of it is. But I
just
just
feel a little bit.
I'm not even making fun of it. I just find it kind of fascinating what fandom was
Yeah,
like.
there's some
in the 70s.
goddamn ingenuity
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But there is stuff to make fun of. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of shit to make fun of. The first off is a new character class for Dungeons and Dragons, the Benefic. So they first list what the definition of Benefic is, which is like a sorcerer or sorceress, a wizard or witch, one who practices poisoning as a secret art. And so they mentioned several times it's like a witch, it's a wizard. So what is a benefic? It's a fucking thief. It's a subclass of thief.
It's like a magical assassin.
Yeah, it's an assassin who knows about poisons. Like that's it. There's no actual magic in there. And
They carry themselves like they know magic.
yeah. No, because that's the thing. Like, and this was common in a lot of early
they
D&D
do.
stuff
I mean-
because they had a guild, of course, and they jealously guarded their secrets. The Poisoners Guild. And there is a great deal of rivalry between the guilds and an extremely dangerous amount of jealousy within the Poisoners Guild. So if you want to be a poisoner, you got to watch out because you could just get, someone, oh, you have a better recipe for that kind of poison. Well, I'll just kill you for that or something like that. So
I will give you the antidote in exchange for the name of that particular species of snake
Yeah, exactly.
that you use to make your deathless venom.
So you have to go to and like a fighter, like no one gives a shit if you're a fighter or apparently a wizard. You have to go through a lot of fucking work in order to be a benefic. But so what do you get out of being a benefic? You fight as terribly as a magic user, so you don't even fight as well as a thief, and you get new skills for this. And these skills are buy or sell poison ingredients, carry bottle. That's a skill now. Carry weapon or hide.
How do I hold it?
That's literally what it is. But they have new rules. So all they do in order to get the poison or something to do is add a bunch of rules to make it hard for everyone else to carry bottles around.
Well,
So
I can see it if that's carry this particular bottle because if you carry a thin vial the wrong way, it could break.
Well, yes.
I could see it if it was carry special bottles.
But the problem with it is it
but if it's just all
crazy.
bottles,
So the
level
Benefit
of
just moves
minutia.
hazardous materials. We live in a world where people... Yeah, you get a hazmat license. So the people in this world don't know how to lift things with their hands,
Well, they get-
which is especially dangerous when those things are poisons.
This is
So they
true.
specialize in being able to hold objects.
But that's not all they get. They can also carry weapons that have been poisoned or hide them or hide that the fact that there are, like it specifically points out that the carry weapon skill or hide skill, it's literally called carry weapon or hide. It only hides the fact that the weapon is poisoned. So you could have a fucking dagger and they catch it and be like, oh, you have a dagger. Oh, is this a poison dagger? No, like
That's-
that.
But isn't the point of a poison weapon to hide that it is poisoned? Like, I could carry the shit sword covered in shit.
Well, you've had that skill.
Or like the irradiated sword that glows green, but like something's up then.
Well, no, if you have the skill, you could hide that it's covered in shit. So
What's that smell? Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's definitely not my sword.
it's a secret. That's what they're so jealous about. The secret recipe for stinkless shit. Anoint weapon or put into food. Detect and identify.
wait, put weapon into food or
No,
put poison?
Put poison into
Put
food.
a weapon into
Because with this book, I think we do need to clarify.
All right, fair enough.
I like the idea that they use the verb anoint when they poison something. I'm not poisoning him. I'm anointing it. It's all in how you think about
Oh,
it.
God.
It's a gift, really.
So they
gift
detect
of
it and
death.
identify, neutralize, find source, extract a prepared needle or gas. So that's like pulling the poison out of an existing trap, or brew magical poison. Now, what they have is they have like the level for normal. That's every other character class has like shitty percentages. But then the level for the benefit goes up, from level 1 to 9. But what I really like is, is there's 2 percentages for each skill. And the first one is your chance to actually do it. And then the other chance is how likely it is you'll die if you try this. So like at level 1, or a normal person trying to carry a weapon has a 60% chance of hiding the fact that it's poison and a 5% chance of getting killed. So, but a level 1 Benefic has only a 3% chance of dying when he tries to hide the stinkless shit weapon. So,
I'll hide it in my abdomen.
well, no, again, it's only hiding the fact that it's poison, not actually hiding the weapon.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
Yeah,
No,
that
you
would
need
be
another
useful.
class for that.
I like how they just want to be identified as magic users for like the cred.
Yeah.
Like, the crops are failing. Great wizard, help us. Oh, no. I don't know any magic.
I'm not that kind of
Why are
person.
you wearing a pointy hat and have the long beard? Yeah, I identify as magic. I'm transclass. I'm transclassal. So
What's up with your cis class?
I don't understand
bullshit?
your question.
Die cis class.
I have to go.
So let's see. Yeah, so like at level 1, they have an 80% chance of carrying a bottle successfully and a 3% chance of dying. But by the time they get to level 4, it's at 0%. So they're good there. And I love the brew magic poison. It's literally a 0% up until you get to level 8, where it gets to 1%. Then at level 8, it's 10%. Then at level 9, it's 50% to actually brew a magical poison.
So you can't do anything with it
Yeah.
without.
So it's basically useless until you get to level 9. But they also don't even give that many lists of poisons. They say, go to the Encyclopedia Britannicals article on poison to give yourself
Really?
more idea. Yeah, no, that's all they give.
Because
And
now in the days, if you want to play a modern version of this, well, I'll go and look and see what poisons I can brew online. Why am I on a search list now?
let's see, and then they, in terms of their saving throws and shit, they also have bullshit. It's all magic user. They're terrible at fighting. They're pretty much terrible at everything.
Except for poisons.
And what I really like is they actually don't start with any poisons, and poisons are expensive as shit. So they're basically a terrible person who can't do anything unless he has several thousand gold pieces worth of, stuff to brew poison. So that was a class you could be, but you got titles back in the day when you leveled up. You got better titles for your class. So a level 1 Benefic was a tainter, and at level 2.
As in, this food is tainted.
Yeah. Level
Not
2.
I-
Can I say level 0? I don't want anyone to call me that.
But when you got to level 2, you got to be a doper. So Lance Armstrong is a level 2.
Increasingly creepy.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better.
Level 3, you're a Viper.
Okay, that's kind of cool sounding, at least.
Then at level 4, you're a Drugger.
No, it's only
Drugger,
because
back to
you.
creepy.
Yeah. At level 5, you get all the way to Poisoner. And then at level 6, you get your Venomist, which does sound
Venomist?
like, Venomist. Venomist.
I know, but that just, no, that doesn't.
But then at level 7, you get a doctor's degree and you become a toxicologist.
Now, I may just be a mere tainter now, but when I become a toxicologist,
I
watch out.
just gotta kill a few hundred more orcs, and then I'll get my degree.
Yeah, I used to go adventuring, but now I mainly do,
I got my hazmat license.
analysis for class action
Yeah, kids,
lawsuits
just to let you
running
know-
well water.
Yeah, it's just to let you know, if you're entering in pre-med, yeah, you are attained.
Yeah, a tainter.
A tainter.
And then level 8, they're finally called the Benefic. And at level 9, they're Master Benefic. And they get a whopping 94 hit points at level 9. So,
Whoa.
yeah, no rerolls or any bullshit like that. So you could have 9 whole hit points.
So if they do it, it's like, so if they...
I want to play a game as a Benefic, because you're basically just like a magical exterminator.
Yeah.
Oh, you got hobgoblins. I'm going to need to dose the quarters.
Oh, they specifically mentioned this. A Benefic may be hired for assassinations if he is willing, but Benefics with leanings towards good may confine their poisonings to vermin and or ferocious monsters. So, that's...
Mystical bug exterminator.
Yeah.
Well, ferocious monsters could also include orcs, because they're not real
It's
people.
like leveling up alchemy in The Witcher, and apparently just as useless. See, I've got a magic sword, and I can shoot fire out of my hands, or I could brew potions slightly better.
Tough choice.
Yeah. Where should that ability point go?
So the next article is random monster tables, and this takes up like 10 fucking pages, or more than that, because it's just, there's 2 pages of explanation of how his fucking table works.
Okay, I'm going to ask, do we have an identity to the wizard, gnome?
It's just art,
Again,
man.
fancy.
Sometimes a little gnome shaking
A little gnome is just a little gnome?
kind of jerking off in the air, I don't know, like, there he is.
Get off my
I think he's
stump.
rolling dice.
Oh, probably.
Get off my stump, you damn kids.
In my day,
So
I love the typeset of these old.
okay.
It's like, half-inch margins? No, too big.
No, what I
Fill every inch.
pretty much.
I get word count paid by the word.
One of the things I like is that he actually has some sensible advice. It's like, if the party's low level and you roll up 400 orcs, maybe not send 400 orcs after them. Maybe just 40,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I bet the next issue had some angry letters.
Possibly. Well, it's just advice. You could roll it let the dice roll where they may. But one of the things I really love...
Yakta Alia S, 400 orcs coming your way.
Exactly. But of course, if they're high level, they should be able to just take out 400 orcs or run away,
400? Why stop there?
So they have, they divide the
You guys are level 4.
encounters-
We'll give you 800 orcs.
by terrain type and what the weather's like, whether it's cold, moderate, warm, or near water. So underground, let's see here, clear terrain, forest and wilderlands and jungle terrain.
I
Now,
like them tables.
oh yeah, no, just table after table. These are all
That's a
from
good table.
yeah. So in the same mountain, you could either come up against a night hag or a vampire or a chimera. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. But what I really like is next, in cases where men are rolled, which means people, because 70s kind of sexist. You need to look on the encounter table for men. Select the column that corresponds to the terrain involved and re-roll the percentile dice to find out what type of on men are encountered. On the men table, a percentage roll of 0-0 means the party has encountered a god. This requires another roll on the gods table. So there's a fucking random table counter for gods.
Silent legions going on up in here.
So I love you will dig this because not only it's more than 10 pages. This is 20. It starts on page 10
Tables,
and
just of
it ends
random
on 38. So 28 pages of random tables. So it starts by mythos, by pantheon. So there's Egyptian, Indian, Greek, Celtic, Norse, Finnish, Hyboria from Conan the Chimerian, Melonborn from Elric, then they call it Mexican, but it's really the Aztec, Quetzalcoatl.
Oh my god. Mexican guy. That is fucking horrible.
Yeah, they can't say Aztecs.
There's still bullet hearts out down there.
Okay.
You really don't want to go to.
Yeah. So what do you think, and this is percentile, so it's 1% for any particular god. What do you think is the 100, the 00 on that?
Cthulhu, maybe?
No, good guess, though.
Azathoth.
Nope.
I'm going to go for Jehovah.
Yes, the Christian god. Better watch never.
And they protested this game. Getting Christian God was a crit success.
Exactly.
Satanic panic, my ass.
His alignment is any but evil. He's not evil. He could be neutral, though. Or chaotic.
Neutral.
Chaotic neutral kind of does describe Old Testament God.
Whatever.
Fuck you, you're pillar of salt.
Don't look at me, you're salt.
Yeah.
I warned you.
He is a dude, though. Sex is male. So, let's see. Then they have the Judges Guild Classifieds. Looking for, I'm starting a war game club. Oh, I'm looking for 4 issues of Worms Footnotes. Name your own price. But then I love help. We desperately need the assistance of brave and daring adventurers to find and rescue the queen of our city who was captured by the evil wizard Lontard. Apply in Town Hall, city of Monkerhalf. Yeah, so I guess
this is like some Last Starfighter shit. They open a portal to another realm.
Yeah.
Where's the publication where it's your adventurers peruse?
We got a gamer zine.
See, now I just want
Good enough.
Now I want to do another version of Safety Not Guaranteed, but revolving around one of these magazines.
Oh, that would be great. Then they have Convention Watch. If you guys, it's summer season, so if you want to get to the hottest cons of 1980, there's a squad leader tournament in somewhere, Glen Ellen, Illinois.
Glen Allen.
Glen Allen, yeah. Lunacon, Dundracon. Yeah.
This is the kind of shit I'd do if I had a time machine.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go back to 1980s conventions and just be laughed out of the room by predicting shit that's going to happen.
And then there's one.
No, the most popular game in the world, there's hardly any numbers in it.
Yeah.
And you just have some descriptions of your personality. It's 1 page.
What?
There's
No?
only 4 dice used, but they're all the same kind. They've only got pluses and minuses and blanks on them. Blasphemer!
I don't know. I kind of want to go.
Kill the infidel!
I would want to go to that ShamaCon and see what that swim party was like. It sounds, it was the 70s, man.
Because
They probably had
maybe got
Quaaludes.
crazy.
you want to get down with George R.R. Martin, Phil Foglio in their prime. Their prime.
Oh, yeah, no. I kind of also want to
Get a
find
magic
out.
card based off you in about 2 decades.
I also kind of want to find out about the con that's called the Emperor's Birthday Party, Part 4. Or the 4th one, yeah.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
I do not. That sounds like some eyes wide shut shit right there.
Actually, I have a guess on that one as
Oh,
well.
hey, look! It's original symbiote art from 1960.
Yeah.
It's a
Gotta work it into everything, don't you?
Now, when you say Emperor's Birthday Party, my first thought is that you're talking about something involving either the SCA, because they do establish kingdoms in different areas, and I'm sure that the Emperor was probably somebody fairly big.
Well, it's in the Duchy of the Holiday Inn in Elkhart, Indiana. So,
Yeah. That screams SCA right there.
Elkhart? Is
uh,
that the name of the place?
that's the name of the town, Elkhart.
Duchy of Elkhart.
Holy shit.
That's a real town.
I know, but that's a horror town if I've ever heard of it.
There's some dead teenagers there.
And then there's the third Ultimate Dungeon Design Contest where they're advertising you could design a dungeon for the Judges Guild, and we'll put it on there. And there's actually prizes. Like first prize is $100, which is probably 1980.
No, yeah, that's actually nice.
Fuck, I'd do that for $100.
Yeah, today's money.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dungeons can be using any FRP type rule set, including that is available and well known. This includes all version of Dungeons and Dragons, Chivalry and Sorcery, Tunnels and Trolls, the Fantasy Trip, RuneQuest, and even Bunnies and Burrows. So that would be mine. Gotta get Bunnies and Burrows. Dungeon must be complete. So, but they have one of the entrants, The Dreaded Devil Den by Jeff Martin, which is basically like wizardry from like one of the early video game wizardries. It's literally just a list of rooms and what monsters are in them. Every single fucking room has monsters in it. One room has screaming memes in it. Another room has 120 goblins.
Damn, that's a lot of goblins.
It was a storage unit. We didn't have any place for them.
80 gnolls in another room. There are 8 werewolves. Yeah, they're called gnolls.
I refuse.
That's what they look like, but that is the
I refuse.
Okay, so how big is the room that has the 8 gnolls?
80 gnolls. That is room 8. Let us see.
So 8 has 80.
It doesn't give a scale of how many each square is. I assume it's 10 or 20 feet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 long and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 by 6 squares. So pretty cramped conditions. It doesn't say anything about the infrastructure in this.
What about the hobgoblins?
Like the sanitation or the food. There is, however, room 10 something without monsters. It's a trap. Disco fog covers the room. You must dice Constitution or less on
Disco fog?
Disco fog covers the room. You must dice Constitution or less on 1 to 20 or dance wildly for 10 minutes screaming Saturday Night Fever at the top of their lungs. Check for wandering monsters. So, you know.
Somebody was big into Travolta.
It was the fashion at the time. So that's level 1. Well, wait, there's more stuff. Monsters. There's just monster after monster after monster. Level 2, nothing but traps. There's rock.
So that would be the Caleb level.
No, he didn't
I don't know
say
what you're talking about.
He didn't say death traps.
They're all death traps in old school D&D. Everything's a death trap.
If it didn't kill you, it wasn't done right.
I like this one though. G. Statue recites meaningless poem if within 10 feet of it. So that's it. That's the only description you get. A meaningless poem.
It's like that Ogloff cartoon where they walk in the room just says overthinking.
Or no, it's the species from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Is it a clue for something? What does it mean?
And then, so underneath the Dreaded Devil Den, there's another dungeon, the Tomb of Leshek. And there's actually an introduction in this. The foreboding bulk of the Tomb of Leshek looms over the plains of Blaine, like some hungry vultures over a lamb. This is some Eyes of Argon, Grignor type shit right here. Legends handed down through the ages speak of the mad ruler Leshek. Leshek was a powerful king. When he knew he would soon depart this world, he ordered a massive pyramid built to house his remains. For 10 long years, the engineers built. Thousands died constructing the edifice. Leshek had the engineers buried inside so none could reveal the secrets within. During those 10 hellish years, practitioners of the arcane arts muttered spell after spell at the grandiose mausoleum, spells that would preserve and pervert the lives of the guardians within the tomb.
Within the tomb?
Tomb, sorry, yeah.
We trapped them in a book!
The only information about the tomb
Could
that
really
has
go
been,
either way.
that has been
really
gleaned
could.
throughout the time is a simple poem. Take the high road, though the dangers be many, through the maze, one way as good as any, past the insects, giant that they are, and after the specters, it is not very far. Slay the mummy king, kill his followers, the holy sword is your reward.
Some Ready Player One shit right there.
And then level 2, skeletons.
The poetry continues. Skeletons.
There's a lot of. Well, room 1 has 25 skeletons. Room 2 has 15 skeletons. Room 3 has 15 skeletons. Room 4 has 20 skeletons. And then room 5 has 2 mummies.
Wait a minute. Has 2 whats?
Mummies.
2 mummies.
You have to say it right, Ross.
Mummy.
It has 2 flesh and bandage wrapped skeletons.
Oh, yes, clearly.
Man,
We've got a theme
by
going
the
here,
time you got to
baby.
that 5th room,
Yeah.
mummies just had to be like a revelation. 2 mummies. Say what?
Oh wait, then there's some more monsters, including 2 trolls, which are living creatures. How the fuck do they eat down there, surrounded by undead? And then level
They
5
have regenerate.
or level.
So they've been gnawing each other's arms off.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's your turn, Steve.
Level 3. It's literally mummies, minotaurs, 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 minotaurs.
Minotaurs all the way down.
Of course. It's a maze, and they've been trapped in it.
One Minotaur. Give me a break.
Level 3 tricks and traps, more of them. Spears, cold ball thrower, one cold ball down corridor, 66. That's all you get. That's all the description you get.
Like cobalt, like
Cold ball.
cold ball.
Yeah.
I thought you said cobalt thrower, like chucking them
This is
at
a
you.
cold ball.
Yeah, cold
I could see
ball.
that.
It's a giant snowball, I guess. Maybe it's a boulder that's been under the freezer. I don't know.
It's happy.
It's a
It's,
whiskey stone. It's a whiskey stone that's been.
No, it's Happy Fun Ball. You get there. Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball.
Oh,
We do way more than
okay.
66.
It's a fireball that has been metamagicked into cold.
Oh, okay.
You're getting way too into this, man.
Yeah, this is not new.
I think you're one of them.
There's more statues. One statue that gibbers when someone comes within 10 feet. And then one statue ominously says, "Go home, fools."
Doesn't do anything other than taunt.
Nope. That's it.
Statue's just trolling you.
Corner full of webs, no spiders. That's it.
Cobwebs.
No.
That's kind of poetic. It's like that Hemingway story. Corner full of webs, no spiders.
Statue. Oh, I love this one. Statue points random directions when approached.
What a dick move! What the fuck?
It doesn't say how long or if it alternates. If it's just like, no, go
Does it have a
back.
smirk on its face?
You could. You're the GM. You decide. Yeah.
I feel sorry for the poor player who gets right up close and it's going to be pointing at the player. So it's. And then the statue picked your nose.
Or I would just love it. That you spend like an hour
Legs
going in
drop.
random directions. It comes back.
Yeah. Picture on wall paralyzes first person for 25 turns, which is like 10 minutes per turn. So 250 minutes. Just be fucking paralyzed. Deal with it, asshole.
What, like somebody need to go out and get lunch or something? Like
I guess.
25 turns? Holy
For no good reason. And there's no saving throw, of course, that. And then the next
Oh,
level,
this was in the days before saving throws.
Yeah.
Saving throws
There
are for
were saving
sissies.
throws. Because remember, the Vinific had saving throws. They were just shitty. Because he was like a wizard just without magic, you know.
Transclass.
Transfast, yes.
He identified as magic.
He did. So then level 4 is rats, snakes, spiders, cockroaches, scorpions, snakes, spiders, rats, snakes, scorpions, ants, beetles,
Is
rats.
this the same dungeon?
This is the dungeon underneath the first dungeon. This is
So this is
Wait,
like
this
the
is the all
climax after
skeletons?
you fight like literally hordes of undead and a gaggle of minotaurs?
yes.
Fucking flora and fauna?
Yes.
No, this is what happens. This is actually the
Bro.
ghosts and goblins of the RPG universe. You get done with the main dungeon, and then you just restart at another dungeon even harder.
To be fair, there are rooms with like 20 giant rats. I mean, we don't know how they survive this long. They're just there. Or 25 giant rats. Or giant spiders.
Rats the new
I mean, I can
savage.
understand how the giant spiders survive because there's all these fucking cockroaches around. But like, Jesus Christ. Then level 5. Gorgons, Displacer Beasts, Owlbears. Oh, some jewelry. Umber Hulks, Chimeras, Wraths, Hydras.
Are we
Is that the first like positive thing you could possibly find?
No, there's probly other treasure.
Are
I've
we
been
sure
skipping
this just
some of
isn't
these.
Castlevania?
Oh, I think some of those mummies had gold coffins. So, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, fuck this, just be a peasant. It's a better return on your investment.
I killed a skeleton. I've got some bones. I'm
oh my
out.
god, Ross!
Yeah.
Transplant this to Dracula's gold.
Yeah, that Dungeon Crawl Classic thing. I kind of want to use a better layout because these mazes are not very well designed. They're just boxes
No,
with
it's just
room.
everything. Not the base itself, but just the names of everything you can throw at them.
Oh, yeah. And then in the next level, you have zombies that can cast spells. Evil High Priest, who's dedicated to Set. And then this Hyrio Sphinx. And then level 7, there's fighters. Just some dudes with swords. They're magical swords, but they're just there
On the 7th level.
on the 7th level.
Do they have like an employee's entrance?
I
Or do they have to walk through all the other shit to like get to work every day?
don't know. It doesn't matter.
Minotaurs?
Okay, there's literally
Skeletons?
just their
Snakes?
names. There's just their name and their stats.
Umbrellas?
There's no backstory.
Owlbears? Good to see you.
They've been living here this entire time. No, we got walled up in the tomb. Thanks for opening the door for us. We got to fight you now. Sorry about this, buddy, but Rules is rules.
Yeah. So level 8 has salamanders, beholders, and flesh golems. And then a rich bedroom with contents valued at 50,000 gold pieces. That's one hell of a bedroom set.
Man, I just want to troll old gamers now. Go back in time, having read this, play a fighter, make a lie check. No, we're with the fighters on the 7th level. We work here. They just walk past fucking everything. Because how else would they get down there?
And that reminds me of that meme, just, what was it, Bluff. Check it. If your skills are high enough, you don't need to have any combat skills.
Yeah.
And the image is of like a one black guy holding up a wine glass and in the crowd of KKK members just sitting there going, and there's only one guy looking at him going, maybe, nah.
I like the D&D stories one with the skeleton. So, do you watch Bones? I fucking love that shit.
Oh, this guy thinks D&D stories. Yeah, they're now best friends.
I fucking love that show, bro.
In level 9, you finally meet King Lesh, who's a mummy. He's fire resistant, double strength disease. Cannot be turned by clerics, but and he has a clay golem buddy hanging out with him, and 3 minions of set, and that's it. And then in level 10, you get all the treasure, including a +5 holy sword, which speaks chaotic, Lamassu, treant, and flying. What?
Speaks flying?
What? Okay, yeah, no, it detects
Can't be
gems, magic, invisible objects, reads magic, speaks chaotic, Lamassu, treant, flying. I don't know if that's a language or if it actually can fly. Because this is old school D&D. I didn't know treant was a language back then. Every species had their own language, I guess. Maybe flying creatures had their own special language.
So wait, you have to lose your sword to translate, or?
I don't know. There's also a ring of undead control, which would have been really handy up in that skeleton level. But yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, if you come in the dungeon with that, it's over.
Yeah. Let's go, my
Fortify your skeleton army.
And then so that's that dungeon. And then they have the booty list, which is just their catalog of shit you can order from. Even in the late 70s, they had fucking dozens of items. But then they had Operation Ogre tournament results and comments, which was great because, you know, back then they had tournaments for D&D games. So they'd have a scenario and they'd have multiple groups run through it. And you'd be scored on how well you did, like how many characters died, whether you completed the objective, and like how much treasure you got. And so they talk about how, the first group of players were great. And they did really well. But then, obviously, they told the second group of players in the afternoon what was happening because the other players went straight to the objective. And those players didn't do quite as well because those assholes just would charge into the last room and throw a bunch of fireballs. Well, you killed the princess, jerks. So he's just passively aggressively, like, talking about how the players spoiled themselves on it to get an advantage in it, but that was the whole thing. It was a competitive game to rescue.
War never changed.
Yeah, so they could get their kill the ice ogres to save the princess. But yeah, that was what it was like back in the 70s, and so that's a little snap of flashback in time between when gaming was good, of course, better than any of this panda shit, story game bullshit.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. So gaming has really changed quite a bit over the years.
That's her summation.
Yeah.
Well, it is just kind of looking at that from the different the different aspects of gaming, or just the gaming culture in general. Because what was it? It was either on Kotaku or IO9. They about a year ago, but they had an article that pictures that were from like some sci-fi convention back in the 70s, like right after Star Wars came out.
Oh, yeah. Like they're like 70s cosplayer stuff, which was like either showing way too much skin or just being terrible.
No, way too much skin. It's like literally they're going in naked. It's not even like some of what we would even consider like the riskier cosplays of this. But it just kind of look into that kind of culture, that very either detailed.
But what I like is, you know, you can see how MMOs get started because like even like the whole point of that having that dreaded deviled in and bullshit is to have grinding in it. Like back before video games were really popular, people wanted to just kill monsters in hallways for fucking hours at a time. And what better you can do that when there's a skeleton level, and then there's a minotaur level, and then there's a cockroach level. But I mean that kind of stuff is still around. I mean, like Caleb and I have both been playing Arkham Knight lately, and there's a ton of bullshit grinding in that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Are you sure?
All right. I guess we can talk about it. All right. So I listened to a podcast called Pod Position. It's the Jim Sterling podcast. Two video game journalists and a video game musician, and they talk about video games like cynical bastards because
Is Yahtzee on that one too?
No.
Okay.
I actually don't like Yahtzee because he's a little too MRA for my taste. Jim Sterling is at least a enormous bisexual man, so he sidesteps some of that, but it's the Escapist crew. So
I can understand that too.
Anyway, their latest episode is just called "Fuck the Batmobile."
Yay!
In addition to talking about "Fuck the Batmobile" and Arkham Knight, they use it to punctuate other segments about other topics, like just out of nowhere. Fuck the Batmobile. And all right, I'd like to comment on that. Fuck the Batmobile.
Goddamn fucking Batmobile.
I only started playing when I listened to the episode. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. But no, they're completely right. Fuck the Batmobile. Just the same guy who's like made Destiny from a fantasy game into a sci-fi game and made all those developers kill themselves. Probably came into, Rocksteady. He was just like, put the Batmobile in every scene. I'm like, oh no, I guess we'll use it. Yeah, no, every scene. It needs to be in every interaction you have. Riddler, really into racing now. Not so much the cognitive engagement. Loves the Batmobile. There's stealth tank sections. It turns into a tank. And there are sections where you fight other tanks that only have one exhaust port on their back that you have to sneak up on, slowly lock on. So there are stealth tank sections where you are jutting around the city in this fucking tank and like running over cars. By the way, you do way more damage to Gotham than any of the villains.
Oh yeah, that's...
Thing handles like a bag of dicks. It's awful.
It is.
And it just like... And you have to like sneak up on people as you're like running over a taxi cab and it's alarm going off. And you're like, I'm not here. It's just so... At one point in the game, the Batmobile is destroyed. And I literally stood up and cheered, and Sarah and I did a dance. We were both playing the game. It's like, yay! We don't have to do it anymore. And Sarah's like, what if he has another one? It's like, no. Why would they destroy it when they had another one? They could have done the scene any number of ways. He could have found an escape route. He could have done something else. He didn't have to abandon the car. It makes no sense to destroy it narratively when he could have just had the same thing. And it's literally like, how are we going to get out of this, Batman? The Batmobile's destroyed. Don't worry, I have a spare. And I was like, fuck! God damn it! And I literally threw the controller. It's the fucking Batmobile's back. They just did it to troll you and help you on that. Most of the puzzles involve using the Batmobile in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bunch of the puzzles that were like Predator puzzles.
Well, I played it. Like I recently just got a PlayStation 4, and Aaron and Bill came over and it's like, hey, let's watch it.
Oh god, yeah, and you're absolutely right. The fact that they just hammered it in that they wanted it in every place. If it had just been that it was using it to supplant the Batwing from the last one is an easy way to get it around town, but to make it a little more interactive.
Yeah, he has a fucking plane.
Oh yeah, no, there are so many things, but yeah, the one thing that killed us, and it's also a mess of the controls as well, is the introductory mission where you're supposed to be rescuing, you're stopping the Scarecrow, and you, after defeating all of these other tanks, you pulled yourself up out of the elevator shaft. You can't get down there, so you have to use the Batmobile to pull the elevator.
That is just the beginning.
Okay, yeah, that's the beginning. And in retrospect, that would actually be kind of that's a nice little addition. But the controls are so weak and on this that Ross, Bill, and I could not figure out where we had to angle Batman in order to get the controller to function and to pull itself down. It took
I hope you like Chinese finger traps, because that's the only way to control the Batmobile in tank mode, because you have to hold a button down while controlling 3 different weapons with 3 other different weapons.
Oh, you have to have a
and it looks like my hands got caught in a vice somewhere. Like it's carpet tunnel, and you have to do it so often. Later in the game, there's the Own the Road submission where they set up roadblocks, and you have to like go in, and it's usually like a fighting room, or they all have guns, and you kind of have to predator take down every room. There are games later. There's roadblocks later in the story where it's just a bunch of dudes with guns with turrets that you can't hack. Unhackable turrets. And so I died a billion times thinking that this was just another Predator challenge, and I'm trying to figure out how to like hide and use the angles, stuff like that. They never work. Turns out what you need to do is, because Batman is all about, outsmarting his opponents, is just GPS around and try and ramp your Batmobile to land in the middle of it. So what I realized is what you have to do is you have to get in the Batmobile, go, I counted the meters, no less than 537 meters away to the other side of a river. Hit an afterburner, hit a ramp, jump over the river, and land in the middle of them because, non-lethal. Then you use your tank that you landed literally on top of the guys, start shooting everything, and it's like, congrats, you did it. You are the Dark Knight. Fuck no, I'm Patton. Like, it's ridiculous.
And with all the ramping, too, because I noticed this in the first one, Bill made the best. Oh, because Bill made the best observation. Because when we were doing that stupid mission of having to control the crane to ramp it over.
Oh yeah, just the first.
Bill goes over to like just some good old boys. It just becomes Duke of Hazzard's 2099.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
But without the Confederate flag on the vehicle.
No.
And that's an important consideration.
Yeah. Batman's horrible.
It's not openly racist. I can't say that.
I will say this, Joe, because I'm kind of
Batman
interested.
does hunt poor people for sport, but he's not a Confederate.
But also, because I don't know how far you're probably not that far in the game now, Ross.
I pretty much stopped playing.
Stop playing for where are you?
In order to be less frustrated with gaming on the PlayStation 4, I started playing Bloodborne. And I found
That actually worked.
Yeah, I found it far more satisfying.
But something I was just not. I kind of found irritating, at least from the storyline perspective, because I did spoil myself on certain things. Because
don't talk about it.
Well, I only say this. When they said Arkham Knight, it literally took 2 lines of dialogue for me to figure out who he was, and I found out I was right.
It's not that. Look, the story's not bad. That's not the big twist in the game, and I'm not going to reveal what it is that I really enjoyed. And the gliding part's great in that it is a million times faster than using the fucking Batmobile and easier. The combat is still excellent. The Predator section is still excellent. It's like 70 to 80% of a fantastic another Batman game, but it's got the Mass Effect syndrome. It's like, if you do things spectacularly well, and then you hunk a piece of shit onto it that cannot be removed, past a certain point, depending on how rank that piece of shit is, such as the ending and the forced multiplayer, it's going to make the stuff that's good seem that much worse because it's just fucking trolling you. It's like, man, you're like, it's a great game, isn't it? It's a great game. Batmobile. Oh, man, you having a lot of fun? Oh, Riddler racetrack. Oh, yeah, you're like, it's a pretty game. Shame what happened to it if I put a Batmobile in it. Like, it's just like, you're just like, yeah, it's going real. Oh, fuck.
You know what they needed?
Fighting.
They needed a benefit to conceal that shit. So no one would have known.
Conceal the shit.
Yes. Only a 3% chance of dying. That's the thing. Like, I mean, and I could see the Batmobile segments working in another game. Like, that could be fun if that was like sci-fi tank fighter type, Battlezone type kind of game. And that was what people who wanted to play could, just get it away from Batman, because Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are like I like those games. They were fun because you get to feel like Batman when you're beating the shit out of 30 guys at once, or like.
Well, the Gotham City proper roadways are about well as maintained as the fucking Arkham City and Arkham Asylum roadways were.
Yeah.
Like, you have this dystopian escape from New York prison. Pretty much the same transportation system. Like, there's 3 islands, 2 of which are undergoing major construction. roadways disappear, you're chasing somebody, suddenly you fall into a sewer, you go off an overpass into a big sinkhole. Like, there's just shit everywhere, barrels. Like, it's just, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and something else I wanted to comment about that first playthrough is, for the most part, a lot of the voice acting's pretty good, although it just some of it sounds like poor Kevin Conroy is just sleepwalking through it. And I can't tell if it's just his attitude or the lines. And then of course there is the uncanny valley of Batman's unchanging face as he's talking on the wrist communicator.
Yeah.
It's worse because I didn't see this in Arkham City because his eyes or the face moved and it actually looked very natural. In this one, he's just staring straight ahead and his jaw seems to be this unhinged entity that exists separately from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's nitpicking. I guess it's worth buying. I don't regret buying it, but God, the Batmobile shit is just
Fuck the Batmobile?
Fuck the
Batmobile.
Batmobile is the moral of that story.
Yeah, that's true. I just like the part in the wrist communicator part that you could rotate the camera on and you could make it look like all the person you're talking to had bat ears. So yeah, that was fun.
Although we were trying to figure out how that communicator worked because
Bill was like, holograms need water mist in the air to work.
Wow, Bill said that.
But yeah, I mean,
Trust an engineer to try to figure out
He
how
couldn't
something
fly like
actually
that.
works.
It's too many G's.
but to be fair, why can't
He can't be that muscular and that flexible. It's not how it works.
I just think Arkham just has a lot of humidity. It must be near the equator.
actually, the Ecuadorial Gotham. So
I mean, it's as stable as some countries near the equator. You know.
Yeah.
And it was like overrun by army from the South American dictator apparently with all those goddamn tanks and.
Well, I was going to say that it is kind of on the river, so apparently there's a lot of condensation.
Yeah, there you go.
But it froze too. That's the only nitpick in this one.
Yeah, but speaking of dystopian, we should talk about the other review segment. This is D20 Kazakhstan from Mongoose Publishing, the finest publisher of D20 shovelware. And I call it shovelware because what else? I mean, it's not a program, but it's
this one is called Behind
Shovelware.
Enemy Lines, but it should be called Behind Enemy Dines, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So just have to mention the original retail price of this product was $24.99 or $24.95.
20 in 2002 or 2003.
It was later marked down to $12.50, and when it didn't move at that, it was marked down to $3. So I do have the price tags taken apart so that we can check.
Oh yeah, the Metagames Use shelf is a gold mine.
Oh, it is.
Terrible things.
But as a diehard folder, I noticed the paper when I picked this up. It's a really heavy type, a really, really heavy page.
Paper sock.
Thank you.
Yeah.
128 pages, but it looks like it's more. So I think that they used the thicker paper to trick us just a little. I'm going to start with page 25, which is...
Well, this is for the Armageddon 2089 line. This is even before D20 Modern. So this requires the use of the player's hand. Like, in the early days of the open game license, you had to say, this requires the use of the player's handbook for Wizards of the Coast, for D&D 3rd Ad. So, like, those were where the character generation rules were. And then you had to get the Armageddon 2080. So you had to have both.
At what level can my paratrooper cast magic missile?
Yeah.
more or less.
That's pretty much it.
Only when he makes sergeants.
So all I know about Armageddon 2089, because I didn't bother to do any research on it, is that there's mecha in there. It's in the future. So
there's a little
violence, apparently.
But you're not going to really deal with that as much as you're going to deal with one particular restaurant. And I just have to mention this because the book makes a point of it. Let's see, there's a thing here about dining. Whenever a burgeoning tourism trade occurs, the restaurant business cannot be far behind. Yada, yada, yada. One such
Burgeoning
restaurant...
tourism to war-torn, Mecca-infested Kazakhstan?
The only person who's going there is Henry Rollins, and that's because he has to prove he's been there.
Anthony Bourdain. Come on, let's be fair. That doubles the industry right there.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Bourdain or what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. Because I could totally see him going...
Gordon Ramsay doesn't have a travel show. Or Anthony Bourdain does.
Well, Anthony
Maybe
Bourdain
he's saving
does,
a Kazakhstan restaurant.
That's what I'm saying.
Cyborg Anthony Bourdain.
But yeah, one such restaurant is Murata's, page 22, the setting for the introduction of this sourcebook's campaign. So flipping ahead to 25, just have to point this out. You're going to be meeting with a fixer. This character is named Wilhelm Kohl. He's a German negotiator, and it says he can be traded out for a similar NPC of the game master's choosing if the players are not likely to respond well to a German negotiator. So he is German. He's in Kazakhstan.
We hate Germans.
And he loves this
It's like that
restaurant.
Scarlet Spider, no Belgians.
I took the liberty of reading through Murata's night menu, which is listed here on 25.
I just want to be really clear. The menu is included in the book as a handout as it would appear in the game world, except that it is written entirely in English. But it has every dish, the price of that dish.
No, the price of a dish.
Oh, a dish.
If you take a look, the only price listed on this entire page, soup of the day served with hot bread, $2.40.
And there are no other prices.
There are no other prices.
Because they cost human feet.
We really don't know. But I will tell you that Mr. Kohl, Wilhelm Kohl, the fixer that you're going to meet with, there's one particular dish on here that he recommends. And if you go through the encounter with him, that first encounter, the player characters can interact with him as much as they like. He is not in a business mood yet and will not discuss the nature of their contract until after they eat, unless pressed. If the player characters insist on discussing things before the meal, they will be at a -2 circumstance bonus to all negotiation checks for the rest of the night, unless they sense its discomfort, sense motive check DC 14, and apologize appropriately.
Wilhelm likes a little foreplay.
I've got a feel under my dress. Well, at least buy me dinner first.
Conversely,
Take the diplomatic approach with me, boys.
yeah, you have to eat with him. So that's why I said no. Behind enemy dies.
Oh.
Because anyone who expresses their appreciation for the pirzola, which is lamb cutlets grilled in butter and Turkish spices over charcoal.
So
And I just want to, for the listeners, the premise of this D20 source, it is a campaign source book where you are the leaders of a mercenary company fighting where you're trying to fight against Russia taking over Kazakhstan.
There are pages dedicated to eating dinner with
David,
this guy.
Yes, not just a page, not just an encounter. I flipped through and page 75. Hang on, let me turn to it.
Well, before you get to that one, David, I just also realized the one Bond pun that you didn't get to this whole thing. Live and let dine.
Oh.
Yes, live and let dine. I was going to. Thank you for stealing my thunder, Aaron.
I finally got one.
The knives are out.
But you will dine another day. Page 75. Parking around Murata's will be a problem for the player characters. Parking is a problem for the player characters.
It's like a bad movie with padding. You got to show the parking.
Oh,
space.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't standed this shit up. No, it's really hard
What
to
if
find
this guy
parking.
was-
What do you do?
They spent too much. The guys at Mongoose spent way too much on a fancy dinner. We gotta write this off. Fuck. We'll throw it in this in the D20.
It's research.
Yeah.
Well, and it's actually Greek and Turkish fare, so I can kind of guess that they went to a nice Greek place.
Yeah.
Because among other things, there's moussaka, there's sigara borek, sukaki, sukaki gazara. So there's all sorts of different Turkish things here. But apparently, again, page 75, Murata's, some of the things that they will notice this time around, all of the tables up front and are occupied by diners, as are most of the back booths and the tables in the rest of Murata's ground floor. There are patrons sitting at the bar and even a few on the restaurant's small karaoke dance floor.
Nice.
Marco is not immediately visible. So, yeah, the maitre d' disappears because apparently there's karaoke here, in addition to the traditional Turkish and Greek fare.
Hey man, it's like 2089. Your preconceptions about what a good dining establishment is have totally changed, man. Give it the time.
I happen to love karaoke, but I don't think that karaoke and Mizuki players go together. I mean, it doesn't meld
Do you know
well.
what future music trends are going to be
Exactly.
like, David?
It's all vaporwave.
It's all vaporwave. And
It's all symbolic.
again, let's go up to page 95.
I love how you cite pages as if someone's going to buy this after listening to us talk.
Well, okay.
So they can follow along in despair.
The page numbers, the mention
never
of them
know.
is there mainly so that if somebody says no, they couldn't have put 3 encounters with the same fixer in the same damn restaurant in the same book. They did.
Hey man, it's the rule of threes. It's just good drama. It's just good storytelling. Anyway,
But yeah, this one is, they mention it as the Last Supper because it's going to be the last time that they actually get to eat with him at Murata's again. And this time there are going to be bullets flying at some point in time.
nice.
So it's going to end with a shootout at Murata's at
Only
some
they
point
had the
in time.
goddamn Batmobile. They could have,
Fuck the Batmobile.
Fuck
Fuck
the
that
Batmobile.
Batmobile.
But I mean, it's not just the restaurant that makes this a terrible book. It's literally everything about this book. It's not, most especially the graphic design.
At some point, logos literally go over text.
Yes.
Like cutting off letters and words.
No, like the background for each page, there is a background image. Do you want to describe that, David? Like the gray.
Yeah, it's kind of like somebody threw up Tetris all over the book.
Yeah, there are a lot of
There's
color fonts.
gray, there are blocks, they fit together. It's
like
an
a
odd
sheet
thing.
metal kind of look for the text.
Kind
Yeah.
of sort of sheet
Like,
metal.
yeah.
Kind of sort of almost circuit board. But
Yeah, that's but
But
not.
the problem is that if it were sheet metal, this is not a good design for sheet metal. We had a bunch of extra metal lying around after we cut out things, so we flattened it out, smashed it into other metal, and then we put it.
Have you
it's
ever seen
board-
the novelty duct tape that's supposed to look like whatever structure you're putting it on? Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to look like a certain type of metal with
Yeah.
like grit treads on it. Imagine that, but you laid it out vertically and wrote a book across it.
Yeah.
But it's also bordered by green something. What is that pattern? Is that a circuit board?
That's
Yeah, it's
almost
kind of circuit boardy, but washed out on
So
the front.
gray and green. That's a great color combo.
it's
With
got
white little dots for the page,
Page numbers.
Yeah,
so that you can actually see what number you're on.
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, well,
The art style is somewhat inconsistent. You'll have
Somewhat.
beautifully rendered helicopter on one page, and then you will have a map that consists of blocks
oh no, it's
and dots.
No, it's also
And
blocked with
gradients.
Photoshop for all your shipping needs.
Oh,
Photoshop
no, photo
filter.
shit. Let's go with photo shit.
Photo shit
We need that
filters.
benefic.
Yeah, just to hide some of this. There are some decent character portraits, then there are others that make you look at it and go, what's going on here? I got to find the guy with the gun again.
Which guy with a gun? There's so many. Well, by that I
Okay,
mean-
there's one that's just calmly walking away from an explosion.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
you do.
Oh, drugstore gay.
Oh, the mobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the mobster with a tie-less shirt, wide collar, almost 70s-ish, with pistols akimbo.
And
And he's screaming at something.
in
We're
a
not
pink-
sure what.
And it's a pink background that he's standing in front of, or sort of tanning. I don't know. I can't.
I would
Salmon.
say more fleshy,
Fleshy. Yeah. Caucasian-y.
Caucasian.
Also, the little sidebars are black with green text and red text headlines.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
IWN News Brief. Give us 5 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Yeah.
Date, February 6, 2089. Estonia, Kazakhstan, Lithuania, political refugees, Russia.
So, I mean, I remember looking at because I looked at it just before we started recording. The text to sell this, the back of the book is describes Kazakhstan as the Casablanca of the Armageddon.
War.
And I
This
guess
source book showcases all the hallmarks of a successful Armageddon 2089 RPG campaign: political corruption, moral deceit, and blazing combat. You know what's weird? What I don't see on the back of this? Restaurants.
yeah.
Or this lovely sidebar on page 44, eating contests, the art of impromptu challenges. No matter how comprehensive the Armageddon 2089 Total Wars rules are, there will always be something that comes up during a game that does not have a concrete set of guidelines for it. Like an eating contest.
Oh yeah, no, clearly.
Yeah.
What are the rules for an eating contest? Are there do you have to make con checks? Are
Fortitude saves against a set of DC
That makes
15.
sense. Yeah.
Unless the game master wishes to make the save harder, which would be appropriate if the characters in question were already fatigued for some reason. The highest margin of success would win, simulating one character lifting weights just a little bit longer than the other, or in this case, eating more.
So do you have to go against the descendant of that famed Japanese hot dog eater?
Kinda, sorta. The eating
I
contest.
was not
that comes up
serious,
in
David.
here.
Don't make me.
There's stats for the eating champion?
Gail, yes.
Gail?
Gale.
Her name is Gail.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's her fort save?
Trying to find that. Let's see. Anyone who wishes to match their reactions at the eating contest is a DC of 23.
Wow.
It just says find her in the supplement.
I think
so
there are-
she's further in the book.
I think there are lethal poisons in third ed that are less lethal than that. Like eating a contest are fucking hardcore in Kazakhstan. Like,
Well, Ross, I just have to ask, how
Yeah.
much Musek Borak could you eat? Which is fillet triangle stuffed with feta cheese and parsley, freshly fried.
well, freshly
More
fried.
importantly, how much could you afford? I'm asking legitimately because the price is not on there.
It isn't. We have no idea. But
Maybe
some of-
Wilhelm foots the bill for everything except the soup due to
It's-
some soup-based prejudice.
well,
we are. I mean,
do
our
have to
player
point out
characters.
one
Your
little bit of-
players hate Germans. The German hates soup. The cycle of hate rolls on.
if you look at the menu,
Political entry.
everything is in italics.
Yeah.
All of the descriptions of the different meals are in italics, except for the soup, which is just standard text. Which I think it was one person wrote in "soup of the day served with hot bread."
And the
240.
name of the restaurant and menu is partially cut off by the top of the page.
Yeah, partially. And this is only the night menu, so they might have
What's
something
that?
different.
I'm not. I haven't cut myself. Not since the accident.
Oh yeah, and just to point out, soup of the day served with hot bread, 240. Pollock and dolma, aubergine parcels filled with mozzarella, tomato, and basil, vegetarian.
I just love that there's multiple pages. Like, you were fighting Russians that have power armor in this supplement, but no.
There's more information on meeting the guy in the restaurant.
Well, it's very
Different places to meet the guy in the restaurant, because page 44, I completely forgot about that one. That's 4 different places where you meet the guy at the same freaking restaurant. And I mean,
So you're seated at a different part of the table each
possibly.
time.
But I just have to say,
What happens if we're next to the bathrooms?
Oh,
Who do I complain to?
that would be
they have
Marco,
a
the
benefit
maitre
on
d'.
staff.
Is there a comment card?
There is a benefit on staff.
Did they actually
Well,
stat it
Does
out?
Yelp exist in this dystopian future?
I don't see why it would not. The issue that I want to bring up on that is, what if you get tired of eating Greek? What if you want to go to the burger joint? Will Wilhelm just simply not meet you at any restaurant except for this one? I mean, I know he really likes that one dish, but will he not eat anything else? Is he permanently glued to the table? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the surprise was he was a ghost all along. He was just, this is his haunt. That's the only reason you can get to him there.
So
It would make sense. He's a
flipping
hungry
through,
ghost.
there actually are fights and typical player murder hobo things to do in this adventure, including random fights against Russian forces.
Ross, there's
Yeah.
128 pages in that book.
Yeah.
Out of the 128, I've already counted at least 15, 16 if you include the bit with the eating contest, that take place in the same fucking restaurant.
I know. I'm trying to find something different.
Keep
so,
digging.
What I love.
Add more to the restaurant pages, please. I'm begging you.
No, like there are fights. What I like though is like, oh, you can be ambushed by Russian forces, and here's
At the restaurant.
Here's the map, with a little elevation, because we need to know that, 30 meters, 20 meters. But what I like, apparently these Russians are using German forces because they have a Volksmecha, Gunther Warmech.
Whoa. You said Volts Mecca?
Yeah, Volksmecha.
The bugs weren't selling like they used to.
Yeah.
So we just turned
Oh
him
my
into
god,
script.
it literally is an army of bumblebees.
In a Spa Panzer scout car.
We decided that the microbus wasn't selling as well, so we decided to make it bigger.
Volksmecha, yes.
And they've had a lot of popularities with their rabbit raiders.
Apparently. And it's kind of like a war
And
game.
the Tuaregs are going?
And these don't seem like terribly fair fights. Like, literally on one map, here's where there's a little box showing you where your player characters can set up and there's just enemies all around it. Like you just start out surrounded by enemies, and you're like, wait a minute.
Hey
Apparently,
man, you're all carved up on delicious Greek food. You can't ever die. You're invincible.
Well, I guess this is what happens when that. I don't know if that's from the eating contest or like it's a
an
literally just
exploding mech.
yeah, just the legs left, but very very good.
Like Ed 209 after RoboCop shot him.
Yeah. So they have little interviews. You can interview characters in there, talk to them. Oh, and then you have fight. Oh, and look, another thing, like the kill zone. Here's where the player characters start out, and here where all the enemies are. So this is your fight. So it's kind of like fuck you, player characters. It's God. I mean,
Look, they feed you well. They can't make it easy on you.
oh, they even have a cross section of this map. See, you know.
Maybe the menu's in there just because it was meant to be like an intense LARP. Like you actually had to have all those dishes prepared, everyone dressed up when they went, table etiquette was a thing.
So it's
Yeah.
basically political intrigue, murder before you go out with the. That's like you go out in the military, the paramilitary troop.
Is that a picture of Gorbachev?
I don't know.
He kind of looks like him.
I think this is the guy who.
That's either your fixer friend, the one that you eat with all the freaking time, or that might be his boss.
Oh wait,
I think
again,
this is
2089.
his
So Neo Gorby.
So let's see. If the player, so at the ending, the player characters do not decide to stay in Kazakhstan. Bartos will still be of aid to them. Not only can he help find, take times to take their calls, and prove himself an excellent political contact. He can arrange for a Kazakhstani civil defense force to provide the group with a military level asset and personnel transport virtually anywhere in Europe or Asia. This parting gift from their grateful new friend can be the start of a whole new campaign, especially if it takes place then behind enemy lines somewhere else. However, whatever they decide, whatever they choose to call home, the events of this campaign, Sourcebook have reached their end. There may be dozens of side plots left to resolve, but that is the mark of a good campaign. A gaming session or two dedicated to dealing with the remaining plot threads will leave the players and game masters ready to start the next chapter in whatever story they want to tell next. Suggestions for where to go next are given below, but for now, the player characters have left the drop zone. Here ends behind enemy lines, Kazakhstan, in very large letters. So, it's good to let when the book tells you.
Guys, can we go to an Italian place?
Oh, but then there's the appendix. So
This
there's
book lied to us.
new corporations, new organizations, new player characters, and then stat blocks, lots of stat blocks. Oh, and and of course you can't have a D20 book without a prestige class. So
Yes, let's hear the prestige
can
class.
you guess what it's called?
Diner?
No, that would make sense.
Saucier.
No, this is the terrorist.
Oh.
You could be a terrorist. In order to qualify to become a terrorist, a character must fulfill all the following criteria:
Eating?
feats, skill focus, technical, or skill focus, engineer, skills, profession, terrorist. 5+.
Wait, when did this come out?
2002.
You have to have.
You had time to change that, Mongoose.
Do you see the
It's
time?
kind of poor timing now.
see
It
the-
was super poor timing.
Do you
in
see? Well, do you
2002.
see the typeface? Do you see everything? It was already at press. They didn't care.
No, it's 2002 or 2003. I can't really care. I can't really tell. They don't have a copyright date on this in the front of the book.
Let's see this.
So yeah. But all right. Let's see. Intimidate 8+, technical 8+, or engineer 8+. Alignment any non-good. While there may be a good individuals willing to fight and kill for their causes, the action a terrorist must take preclude any alignment that other than neutral or evil.
Wait, there's still alignment
Yes.
in a war-torn Mecha Kazakhstan game?
Of course.
Of course there is. Do you think
So do
anybody-
people speak international languages, or do they literally speak their alignment language?
Well, I think they grew out of that for D20 for the.
Oh yeah, no, they've evolved beyond that. That would be absurd.
Let's see here. Special. A terrorist character must be willing to kill for his cause. on the name of his spouse goal. The character wishing to take this prestige class. By the way, it's a prestige class. It's not a base class. He must have killed at least one person opposing his ideals in some way.
Jim's a terrorist. Oh, a terrorist! Wow, he's doing well.
The murder must be openly known and had at least 10 witnesses at the time of death. You can't be a terrorist unless you've killed a person with at least 10 witnesses.
So you
He
have
only
to
had 9 family members.
Damn.
You have to publicly.
Wasted a murder.
Wait, does the person who dies also count as a witness?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you have to publicly.
Power gamer.
Yeah.
Oh, and this was published on July 1st, 2003. So it literally, the anniversary's tomorrow.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
All right. Terrorists gain proficiency in pistol, rifle, and grenade weapons. Armor check penalties apply to the skills balance, climb, escape artist, hide, jump, move silently, pickpocket, and tumble. Because there's tumbling terrorists.
Wait a minute. Does it include demolitions?
Well, they do always do the rolls in their videos.
Oh, yeah, that's
They're
right.
constantly rolling all
That's
over
true.
the place.
Terrorist training videos.
Is there
Because
demolitions?
that really affects
Because I want to
when
find
you're
out just
being
how.
killed with a Hellfire drone missile up your ass.
Damn it. Amazon doesn't have any comments on this game. I'm kind of
Weird.
sad.
The following skills. All right. The class skills are bluff, computer use, disguise, drive, electronic warfare, engineer, gather information, hide, intimidate, move silently, pick lock, profession, search, sense motive, speak language, spot, and technical. I don't know what demolitions would be in there. It might be a technical or it might be profession, demolition guy. You would think, but
that
no.
sounds like an oversight on their part.
You haven't heard their class abilities yet, so perhaps.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, their class abilities.
Oh, I have to get
Acts of terror. When a terrorist performs an act in support of his goals and beliefs, he knows exactly how to stage it for the maximum effect possible. This does not mean that an explosion he rigs is any more destructive or the sniper shot he takes at a government official is any more likely to hit, but the impact his actions have on the populace, misspelled populace, are much greater than the damage he actually inflicts. When a terrorist blows up a mail depot, it is exactly at the right time of day to have maximum witnesses. When he takes out someone working for the hated regime, he does so that the death is on the news instantly, driving this message of fear home to as many people as possible. In game terms, any witnesses to a violent terrorist act the character performs must make a will save or be shaken for 1d4 rounds. This even applies to people watching video footage of the act, but the saves are a +2 and the shaken status only lasts a single round. If the witness is physically present for the act and fails the will save, he or she must make a second one immediately. If this one fails, the witness becomes panicked instead for 1d10 minutes instead. So you shoot a guy and everyone is
So like real terrorism, you enact no actual change in the setting except mildly unsettling people for a few minutes before they go back to their everyday lives.
You scare them really badly for up to 10 minutes. So
Lovely.
that was worth killing. Evasion. Handling explosives on a daily basis sharpens a terrorist's reflexes. Whenever an effect or an attack allows a reflex save for half damage or partial effect, the terrorist suffers no damage or effect at all on a successful saving throw. A failed saving throw affects the terrorist normally. This ability is constantly effective, does not require an action to perform.
What grognardy table argument led to that? No, I can dodge that. I'm a terrorist. How?
The same
I
way
build
that,
bombs. I'm twitchy naturally.
I handle explosives on a daily basis.
it's the same argument that says that a thief and a monk should be able to duck out of the way of a fireball.
Exactly. They're
They
like,
pray a lot. They're used to ducking.
let's see. Ruinous attentions. The technical and/or engineer skills a terrorist possesses have been bent to cater to his destructive desires. Whenever these skills are used to dismantle or sabotage a mechanical or electronic device, a terrorist adds a circumstance bonus equal to his prestige class level. If the result of one of these skill checks causes a visible public effect with at least 10 witnesses, it can count as an act of terror, as per the class feature of the same name above. In addition, this feature can provide a bonus of the same amount to computer use skill checks when used in the commission of a terrorist act. Let's see here. Then, Elite Pariah. Once a terrorist reaches this level of the prestige class, his acts of subversion and sedition have made a name for him among the governments and other terrorist organizations of the world. Whenever he uses his name, he commits his act under terrorist. He's instantly recognized by virtually everyone. Blah blah blah.
If I was a lawyer, I would try and work this shit into legalese and see if anyone noticed.
The practical effect of this reputation is a +2 circumstance bonus to all charisma-based skill checks when dealing with people who have been informed of who he is. This bonus is increased to +4 when dealing with law enforcement and government officials. Technically, that counts for diplomacy.
So it's a min-max class.
Yeah.
I'm very good at murdering people, so that makes me
If he
better
has
at
committed
persuading
at
them.
least 2
I'm
acts
very
of
good
terror.
at murdering people in the scariest way possible.
Yeah.
Please give me a job.
Please give me a job.
On my resume.
Or I'm very good at murdering
I
people
do
in the...
Keiko's wonders.
Yeah. Or the other one to put that
By
with
the way,
is...
acts of terror is capitalized
Well, it's
because
like
it's a class power.
See, that literally is like walking into it wherever you're interviewing. Because I said Kinko's, what's your qualification? Shooting the next person in line.
Well, that's a thing. That is a thing that exists.
Wait, you forgot his
You're
final
still
class
reading.
ability.
All right.
The sum
Good.
of all fears. He
Glad this
basically
is happening.
becomes so badass. He anyone who opposes the terrorists.
Is this literally called the sum of all fears
Yes.
after the Clancy? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, of
Awesome.
course.
Of course it is.
Are you really that surprised?
Anyone who
Still-
opposes the terrorist at this level in combat or in the form of an opposed check, when they know who or what he is, who and what he is, suffers a morale penalty to all attacks, damage, and skill checks equal to the terrorist's charisma bonus. This is an exceptional mind-affecting ability, so they get worse at diplomacy when they're talking to the terrorist because it's a post skill check. So
Okay.
it becomes a better negotiator.
You'll never
better
see
liar.
me coming.
I'm going to need you to close the book now. I'm going to need you to... No, let's just...
What about the standing alone, a shotgun mic novel?
Let's just put that down.
Well, I would say on that
Put that
note,
down, right? Let's put something heavy on top of it. Don't want the pages to curl.
I would say, okay, yeah, Ross. On that note, let's leave this bloated, overfilled piece of media and go to another bloated, overestimated piece of media.
Oh, God.
So-
Are we really going to talk about it?
It has to be talked. We have gone through the last.
You invited us to watch it.
Yes, so
But I was drunk then.
Yeah, I know.
But now you have to think
Sober
about
you
it,
is going to have
but-
to feel the hangover.
But as we had said before, we have now gone through the last portion of the Atlas Shrugged trilogy, which, as we will remind you, has none of the original cast from either of the previous two films.
I think maybe there's one or two minor actors who are
Background
showing up,
actors who needed
but I think overall they're pretty. My main point with that is like I feel like I never thought I'd feel sorry for the Randians, but I kind of do. Like I mean, if you, as propaganda, like it's just.
I want to be clear before we start talking
Yeah.
about these films. If at any point you misconstrue us talking about this as something to go watch, which if you're drunk enough, they are hilarious.
Yeah.
You should steal them for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
The first reason is because cops and intellectual property are the tools of parasites. The second reason is that if they deserved to keep their own property, they would have the power to defend it. And your ability to steal it makes you a higher life form, and you're entitled to it.
Wow.
So you're going full Randian on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you're turning the Randian principles back on each other because I don't support that whole cops thing there because after my unfortunate incarceration.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that first.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, well, okay, yeah, that's true. Let's get.
Speaking of unfortunate events.
Well, let's something more hilarious before we get into the series.
Oh yeah, it is.
something more cheerful.
Yeah. Jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, jail. Definitely, much more fun subject to talk about than the third Randian movie. So yeah, I got arrested.
Well,
I
okay,
was helping a friend move, and I learned that no good deed goes unpunished. We got pulled over halfway there, and I made the mistake of actually giving my name to the police officer. He ran it and found out that somebody with a similar last name to mine had a warrant out for his arrest. But to his credit, it actually was me. There was a clerical error with that, but more on that in a minute. Got to say that for a group of convicted felons, those were some of the nicest guys. I mean, 4 hours in holding. By the end of it, we were the best of buds.
To the person who may or may not have stabbed somebody in the face.
Oh, no, he stabbed somebody in the face. He admitted it.
So I remember we were talking about this earlier. We weren't sure if it was just incidental or if he just liked stabbing faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not sure about that. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like, what was the deal? Yeah, was he just stabbing? And yeah, what was his reputation?
So, yeah, just to explain that segue there. So the holding cell that I got to wait in, the holding pit actually, had a group of trustees who were convicted felons being transported from one maximum security prison to another maximum security prison. But these guys were okay because they were well-behaved felons. So they got to stay in holding.
Only the
for a little bit.
mildest shankings probably occurred.
Well, and when you listen to what they were in for, most of them were not violent offenders. There were 2 or 3 who were in for issues involving drugs. There was one who was in for armed robbery, so he was a kind of a violent, but there was one who had just stolen a bunch of money via the internet and got caught. But yeah, the nicest of all of them is a guy that I've kind of nicknamed Knifey McStabface because he got 10 years for stabbing a man in the face, and then several times, at least twice, because he said, I got a nickel added for every other stabbing. And from the way he said that, that makes it sound like that, well, I know that there's multiple. I don't know how many there are. And I wasn't sure about the manners of the situation. And when I asked about the situational etiquette the first time, Caleb laughed. Because
What word did you use
my
in
exact
prison?
my exact words were, I'm not sure what the etiquette of the situation is. Would it be gauche of me to ask what you are in for?
David in Oz.
Oh my god. Priceless. I think my response at the bar the other night is because your neon sign that said gay was broken.
It was at the cleaners.
Yeah, it was it's getting repaired.
Yeah.
Need some new gas in it, so just thought we'd shoot the firework up another way.
Hey, I have to carry more than one color of signal flare.
A whole rainbow, yeah. No.
Oh.
But so you made some friends.
Yes, I made some friends. Knifey McStabface was very nice, and I just have to say, give me as much shit as you want to about this, but out here, on my worst days, a 5, maybe a 7 if I put myself in the suit. Inside, fucking 10.
Yeah.
So I got me some options.
Are you going to hit a prison pen pal letters?
Well, I've written 1 or 2.
What would your nickname be? I'm maybe the professor?
I don't know. The maw of hand would work.
Yeah, the
Mall
mall
hand,
hand.
you
Yeah,
did.
the mall hand.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, just despite the experience, because just of how ridiculous it was, what was the hardened crime that you were arrested for, David?
Well, I paid my income tax in 2002 with a check that bounced to the state of Missouri. And so they swore out a warrant on it for like $200 bond over a really small amount. And when I finally got a hold of somebody in the county clerk's office and got it cleared up, that small amount was taken care of years ago. It's just because of a clerical error between the way that my name is spelled and the way they spelled it on the warrant that they hadn't rescinded it.
Yeah,
And the actual word that was, the phrase that was used by...
it's because the looters got to you. The parasites got to you with their taxation.
Well,
And that's what they'll do to you. And that's why we need Galt's Gulch.
I do have to say that the nice lady in the prosecuting office used a phrase that rhymes with clucking bell when she finally got into it and realized that, this clerical error has still been outstanding over 13 years now.
I like how we're not cursing after I have cursed many times, and we just talked about the benefits of picking up men in prison. Because we want this to be a good podcast for the kids.
I don't know. I think we hit our data or apogee with the terrorist procedure. Depending on your point.
My reason is I haven't given this lady's name, but if somebody does track it down, I don't want her to come into any trouble for saying something.
You wouldn't want to be gauche.
Yes.
Because,
I am not going to lower the tone.
In the prison.
There is a
orange is the new black.
there is a right way and a wrong way to do things.
You know, I'm honestly thinking, David, had this gone into some sort of ungodly full-blown effect where you were that's like somehow ended up in the prison, I think you're gonna do all right for yourself, just because.
You could run that GURPS game you've been talking about.
Yeah.
The what was it? The one based on the TV show. What was the one?
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. Yeah.
Although
you
I'm
could
thinking
run
that would work better in Fate.
Okay. Yeah. So you could run it.
Well, you couldn't run it in prison. You're not allowed to have dice. You'd have to get those spinner things.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey man, old school. That's what the grognards had back in the day. We didn't have your colored
Were they
dice
afraid of
with
sharp
numbers
dice?
on them.
And considering that when I went in, they took away my belt, I understand why, because you can strangle somebody with that. But why did they take my hair tie? I'm still trying to
Well, that's
figure that
currency,
out.
probably. I don't know.
Well, Sarah suggested tiny garrote.
Tiny garage.
Snap it and I can strangle.
That's the scrunchie.
Yeah, that's scrunchy.
Don't fuck with scrunchie, man.
Or you could have one of those diamond saws on it. You know, I mean, that's what they're afraid of. You know, sawing through the blades.
My monofilament hair.
Yeah. Monofilament hair tie.
Well,
That was
didn't those two
Ross's
escape
high school
prisoners from
novel.
New York get their like drills and shit and smuggled in through frozen meat or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't spent a lot of time inside, man.
No, the one that they just got caught in New York.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had their tools.
Well, one
smuggled.
got caught, the other one got shot.
Well, yeah, one got caught, one got shot, but they got their tools that they used to cut through their to get out were like smuggled in through like frozen meat or something like that. So you know,
Well, and it kind of did give an inspiration for a game of sorts, because I'm kind of thinking that Prison Break, how would RPPR get out?
No, there is actually a Call of Cthulhu supplement that or adventure that Dennis Detweiler wrote, which is basically you're all Cthulhu, you're cultists, and you're in jail. There's a ritual you can use to get out. Do it, you know. Like, so I need to run that because it's Detweilish there. It'll end with blood and screaming, but, you know.
Well, it's prison. It's
maybe
going to
in the
end with
game.
blood and screaming anyway.
This is
Detweiler,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. But again, it's because you were taxed, and you know you should only work for yourself. Never ask someone else to live for you. What was that saying he had? Like, I shall not ask any man to live for me, and nor shall I live for any man, or something like that.
I know that they're the most racist films made since Birth of a Nation.
Well,
They're...
Caleb, you do know that you can end this anytime you want. All you have to do is stab him in the face.
That is a way to end an argument.
Yeah.
Or
And-
conversation.
There is a nice gentleman inside who could give you pointers on that.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's
There's not enough
hilarious
witnesses.
in that how awful it is. It's just fucking ass backwards. Everything that is good is bad. Everything that is bad is good.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it's just the way they made the movie. Because each movie had a lower budget than the previous one.
Because they were terrible.
They were terrible. And they did poorly, like the box office, weird for some reason. Movies that are about trains and talking in restaurants for the most part.
All right, so my favorite part of it,
Yeah.
they don't update the novel at all. So the novel is this dystopian economic collapse because of rail. Like, the rail system isn't what it used to be, and that's it. They don't update things. People don't have phones. It's just... they just gloss right the fuck over it.
And I love towards the end, like, my favorite part is that Dagny is trying to, like, take control back of her company because it's been
God.
nationalized. He's like, but Minnesota has the harvest. We're the only ones who can get the harvest to
in
the
part
East
3, Minnesota raises the food for the entire world, I guess?
Coast. I guess.
Or at
the only
least
place.
America.
Yeah, at least the Eastern coast.
Seaboard, yeah.
Yeah.
To which point they say they're not going to fix the trades to get the Minnesotans, like, so we're just going to leave Minnesota to die. And Minnesota has all the fucking food.
Yeah.
Minnesota's going to be fine.
Like the economic
You're
collapse goes
going to
around,
die.
They wall
Like,
themselves up. They're good.
It's just poorly written. It's like all the CNN anchors on Anderson Cooper just said fuck it and started screwing. There's like bad softcore porn sections. The only
There's really only one bad.
per film.
Oh,
She
per
fucks
film.
Hank Reardon in part 2
Oh,
and
yeah.
in part 1.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking just about the third one. Yeah.
No.
There's one per movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, that
There's
was the one
silver fox sex scenes in every single one. And then, oh,
Well,
God.
and that was the one that killed me too. Is that near the end of the film where Dagny decides to go ahead and take matters into her own hands because either the lines have shut down or they can't get the signals up correctly, she goes to her people and said, all right, we're going to just put people on the junctions, on the switches with lines so we can direct them. Okay, and of course, John Galt standing in the middle of them. And that's the silent way. They have the silent look of, well, I've done my job. Time to go screw in a back office somewhere.
Yeah, no, they literally stopped, managing the railroad collapse disaster. They
go have
go
a
to
quickie.
a storage closet.
No,
to
yeah,
vote.
no, I remember. Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
The only people of any race other than white as snow are the single subservient person to Dagny, which is played by a different black actor every time.
Yeah.
So I guess technically there's 3 in the film. And stock footage of ethnic people looking poor.
Well, okay,
and
actually,
angry.
well, they
Then
have
there's the only woman in the film, Dagny, whereas the rest of the world is run entirely by angry white.
Well,
Head of State
should say
Thompson.
this.
Head of state Thompson.
Yeah, I was saying.
But he's opposed by Ragnar the pirate.
No, I will say in John Galt's Valley Paradise, there was
Galt's Gulch. Get the name right.
Galt's. I don't give a
No,
shit.
say it. Galt's Gulch.
No. But in the rich person commune, there was one Asian woman CEO. Granted, she had no lines, and she kind of looked at disdain at Dagny because she had the gall to crash. She had the gall to crash her plane through the valley's holographic mountain shield.
Yeah.
Holographic.
At which point, they blindfold her leaving the valley,
yeah.
so she won't know how to get there when she is literally the only person on Earth that found her way there by herself.
I know.
What I like about Galt's Gulch is the farmer's market there. Because one, apparently this gulch is only populated by the genius billionaire capitalists that are so awesome that because they're leaving, society is going to collapse. But they have lots of farms and markets that require lots of hard labor, agrarian work. So I don't know how you're going to be managing that. But it's shot exactly like a Lifetime movie.
There's the philosopher who runs the winery of dead grapes.
Yes.
He sits in a field of dead grapes and talks about philosophy.
There's the doctor who has no other engineering skills.
But he has a tablet.
He's got a fucking tricorder.
Yeah, he
he
built
has.
a tricorder.
And he's like, I could have done this if it worked for the regulations. And then there was the restaurant with no servers. Magical food that suddenly appeared,
And an ice sculpture
made by
Somebody?
magic.
Yeah.
Oh, also, what was it? Fernando or whatever is the that's like the Spaniard or Hispanic guy.
The copper miner.
Yeah, the
yes.
copper miner who in the Gulch. Fine, I'll say Gulch at least.
There you go.
It's like
I think in part 1 he was played by legit bola tie.
Yeah.
It's like from a theater perspective, it's just radically interesting
he's
because
put down.
there is no way to tell what character goes from one film to the next.
Yeah, you're just
because
guessing.
every cast member is just like fuck this after every film.
Well, wait, there was one way to tell one character, but unfortunately they broke it because in the doctor who was opposing the rear and steel first, and then going nuts over Galt's 0-point energy creator, which again. They have a literal ZPM in this movie. If you've
But the whole point is that,
but the fact you could have told them because in the first movie he was played by Armin Shimmerman, who played Quark in Star DS9, and then in the second movie it was Robert Picardo who was the Doctor in Voyager. Which, oh my god, I was hoping that they would continue this, but keep going down further till he had whoever the hell it was who played Neelix in Voyager 2, just scrape the bottom of the barrel. For Star Trek
even in
alumni.
part 1, they were doing super.
I think my favorite part of part 3 was in he has the cure for all the world's problems. He has
0
clean
point energy.
burning
Yeah.
Totally environmentally friendly energy.
Post-scarcity, I
Yeah,
guess.
he can bring about a post-scarcity society.
And he's
But they don't issue his magic code of selfishness when they open the door, so he's got it on a self-destruct sequence. So it's in his room, and they're searching his apartment because they're evil government types. So he says, search, because he knows it's going to self-destruct. And they open a door, and there's this sound and a bright flashing light, scorch marks all over the room,
and hot
and
ash.
hot ash flowing from the ceiling. To which the guy searching the room just goes, nothing here.
What bird?
Just like, oh, seems legit. I have a room of hot and stinking ash. Because that's in my rational self-interest to do so. You can't question me, government. If I want to keep a Hiroshima or... it's just like there's like literally flash scars on the walls, like fresh fire. His eyebrows are probably missing. He's like, no evidence. We gotta let him go.
Oh, God. And speaking of that, too, in the Gulch, I love that the whole thing was basically an overlarge porta potty that they had the oath of selfishness inscribed on.
It was legit a porta potty holding the motor of the world.
And I love that when Gulp brings Gagny up there, he immediately opens the door, and all you see is just this bright light shining through, like it's the gate to heaven or another dimension.
Well, it's whatever's in that suitcase.
Yeah, exactly.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it was. They did show it, but they did actually end up showing the model of it, but it was just the most horrible CG model of a tube that had turbines running through it. But
Your tubes don't do that?
Nah. Again, I always point back to, at least ZPMs from Stargate Atlantis, they kind of looked like bright stained glass models. They looked at least alien, and when you saw them, you thought to yourself, this can produce a weird exotic energy.
But
you look at that and you go, wow,
Well,
did you bring your kid's science experiment in here?
You know what
Why did that have to
What
self-detonate?
really ruined the movie for me, though, was that we didn't see what was on the menu of those restaurants. Because like half the movie was shot in like the same goddamn restaurant. It was either evil head of state Thompson and his cronies enjoying
the guy who
luxurious dinners, or like gagging.
Yeah, the guy who was next to the head of state Thompson, who always looked like an evil wizard waiting to start
Yeah, I know, he's very
because he was bald and his hair was.
If you're
grown to
gonna
his
watch
shoulders.
this series of piece of shit, make sure you're impaired.
Yeah.
Just like as a health warning, make sure you are not right in the head, and then also make sure you're strong enough to steal it like a true Randy. Just take it, because who's going to stop you?
No, seriously, who's gonna
Let
stop
them come.
you? But seriously, who's gonna stop you?
Stop the motor
but I
of
mean,
the world.
I mean, is that a sign of a bad narrative? We have parking and restaurant scenes and like restaurants in the D20 modern thing. I mean, even the benefit with poisoning food and a chance to kill himself when he poisoned his food. I mean, pretty much the only thing that didn't have a dining theme tonight was Bat Arkham Knight, unless there was something.
Oh no, there was, Ross.
What?
The very beginning when you're the cop eating at the diner.
Oh, you're right. There's a diner opening.
The diner before you get hit with the scarecrow.
Yeah, that's right.
The scarecrow. So
It all comes back
they
to
tied it back.
Yeah, all right.
So that's the theme of this episode, I guess. If you want to tell a
Dining.
good story,
This is the dark side.
No one eats food.
Yeah, this
No
is the
one
dark
eats
side.
food, and everyone teleports everywhere.
Well, I mean, in RPPR, we like dinner parties in our game, but this is the dark side. This is when dinner parties go wrong. So this has been RPPR After Hours, my dinner with the goddamn motherfucking Batmobile.
Fuck the Batmobile.
Fuck the
Fuck the
Batmobile.
Batmobile.
We'll talk to you guys next time.
Fuck that.